you understand that these two words are opposites to each other. Two words. From, to. From and to. When you say Abraham was from Babylon, we essentially mean he came from Babylon, out of Babylon. While he was in Babylon, he was not a prophet. He came out of it. In contrast, when you say he is a prophet to Babylon, you mean he was sent to Babylon. Excuse me, my dear friend, please, I'll give you one more opportunity. To you, my dear friend, let me give you one more opportunity. The Bible makes it clear that Abraham came from Babylon, from Ur of the Chaldeans. He did not go to Babylon, he came from there. Why precisely did you think he was a prophet to Babylon? Any answer? What's that? History that you've been taught before. But do you appreciate now that it's wrong? What's that? Please do. That's a very intelligent answer. You need to research. Excuse me, sir, you were very assertive. You said you were very confident. You said this is even truth. Do you know the difference between Abraham coming from Babylon versus Abraham going to? I said the Bible says clearly Abraham came from Babylon. Can you please explain to me on what basis you think Abraham, please don't touch, on what basis do you think Abraham went to Babylon? On what basis did you say earlier that Abraham went to Babylon? There we go. He didn't say Abraham went to Babylon. There we go. The moment you ask a question and when people like him stand in a public place and give a bold answer and say, there we go, the national anthem begins there. All right. Ask for knowledge. Ask for knowledge. What do you get in response? Vain repetition. Vain repetition of your national anthem does not save anyone, my dear friend. So you hide your ignorance. All right, get it. So I had a quick question. I'm going to ask you. No. If you're going to be afraid of the question, you can move away right away.
I'm not afraid of
the question is simple, Yahya.
I'm going to answer.
What is the evidence have you got?
An elephant with 12 heads.
What's please, yes sir, what did you want to say? Before come here please.
No, I am there.
Before my God, what?
God, he was a what?
Before my God, he was a what? What? You tell me.
You tell me.
Are you lost? What's happening here? What? Do you know me? Do you know me, sir? Have you ever seen me before, sir?
No, before in India. What is his God?
My God was Jesus Christ all the way along. He is the only creator. So, again, Muslims, the question is open to you again. 124,000 prophets. Can you name the prophet who was sent to Babylon and give me an archaeological artifact or some other artifact from pre-Islamic times as to who went to Babylon? Any answer? Anyone? There are plenty of Muslims here. Any answer? Excuse me, sir, have you got a hearing issue? Have you got a hearing issue? So there we go. We ask Muslims an answer to a simple question and they go blank. Okay, let's leave Babylon behind. The land of Persia, Medo-Persia, is another country, another people group, two different people groups, Medes and Persians. Do you have any artifact, archaeological or literary or anything else that you have access to today, which comes from pre-Islamic times, which gives you the name of the prophet who the non-existent Islamic Allah sent to the Medes and the Persians? Any evidence-based answer?
One question.
Don't give me your national answer. Is there any evidence-based answer at all? So many Muslims get no answer. And this is what I call blind belief. You see, I'm talking about serious things. This guy is worried about kebab. Can you believe this nonsense?
Yeah, God.
Are you a Muslim, sir?
Yeah, I am Muslim.
Do you even respect your Islamic Allah, sir?
I know one God.
Your Islamic Allah's reputation is on the line.
God, I know in my life. Only one God.
Ask all these Muslims for evidence, answers. They go back to the silly, simple nonsense. I know how to count one.
Indian blue elephant.
If that is all you've learned so far in your life, better get to terms with reality. The answer is pretty simple. Islam is a whole load of lies. To claim that 124,000 prophets were sent to nations across the world is just a big fat lie. It does not stop there. Oh, there we go. Shout your Allahu Akbar even louder, and perhaps the lack of your knowledge would be made up for. If you lack knowledge, study, sir. That's the solution. Shouting even louder Allahu Akbar would not help you and would not defend your non-existent Islamic Allah. Okay, I asked a simple, you need to wait, because you need to know how to make sense. So the question I asked was,
the one who shouted, can you hear yourself?
One of the sensible statements made by a Muslim at the park. I agree with that. I was shouting also, but I am shouting with knowledge. I asked you a particular question. You guys gave me nonsense as answer, and I've given you precisely the answer you need to hear, which is that Islam is a whole bag of nonsense, lies. Okay, let's move on. 124,000 prophets haven't got a proof for. Let's move on. You say Abraham was a prophet who took his son Ishmael to sacrifice in Mecca. You say that, don't you? Abraham took Ishmael to sacrifice. There we go. Everyone runs away. No answer. Run away. What's the best response you have? That is true. Learn to make sense. So question number 2, sir. To you, sir. Because you earlier said that's a good idea. Well, at least that's a sensible Muslim. Are you a Muslim, sir? Well, at least that's a sensible man that despite being a Muslim, he is here. My argument is simple. It's a very good. Please,
it's not simple. It's too hard.
My argument is simple. Very good to see you. Please come here. My argument is simple. Islam is wrong in just about everything about it. Everything about Islam is wrong. Please bear with me. Everything is wrong. And the first thing, the first family of issues I'm going to bring about or talking about right now are the whole host of lies when it comes to pre-Islamic claims. Islam claims there are 124,000 prophets who were sent across the world. A big fat lie. Islam has come to this.
You know everything.
I asked that question a while ago.
Because in his country, his God, he was an elephant.
Mahmoud, listen, Mahmoud, I'm going to cover the
Allah God.
and let's dwell on depth. Please give me 2 minutes. 124,000 prophets across the world, a big fat lie. Point number 2, claiming that Abraham went to Mecca to sacrifice Ishmael, a big fat lie. Abraham could not have gone to. So please listen, sir. Please listen to me first, sir. Excuse me, sir. Please listen to me. I'm going to be here for a while. You can ask your question after that. Second question. Do you have? One second. Brother, 1 second. Do you One second. Do you? No. Violence is not the answer. Violence is not the answer. Okay, fine. No problem. Violence is not the answer. That's fine. You don't threaten my brother here. You can't simply ask. If you're offended, you're too thin-skinned for Speaker's Corner, sir. You need to move on. Point number 2, my dear friend Mahmood. Point number 2. Do we have any evidence for Abraham, the historic Abraham, going to Mecca to offer his son Ishmael? For that, do we have any historical pre-Islamic evidence? No. It's fine. Please. Please calm. Excuse me, sir. Please do not threaten people here. Please don't. Question to you. Do we have any pre-Islamic evidence for Abraham visiting Mecca?
Islam is completely wrong.
Yes.
Based on those 2 things, right?
No. I'm going to go
the heart of Islam at all.
I'm going to go through things one at a time, sir.
Before you
One thing at a time.
You started your argument by saying Islam is completely wrong, and you started giving examples. They give me 2.
So far.
Which is not the heart of Islam anymore. So before you say it's wrong,
Jesus, he was a Jewish.
What Islam exactly?
Any Jewish man believe Jesus.
Have you
answered me?
Yes. I want to tell him like this. What you say, Jewish people, what you say for Jesus?
Do you know about the Islamic festival called Bakri?
I didn't say Islam is wrong. You said that, right?
No, question. Do you know about Islamic festival? You said no.
What's that?
Okay, if you're not here to answer, let me say. Yes. And I'm going to go through things step by step. Step by step. No. My dear friend, how long have we been talking now?
I've been listening to you.
How long? For how long? For how long?
I let you finish. Until you let me talk, right?
For how long have we been talking? 5 minutes. How many different claims could be made? 100, 200, 2, 3. We're going through things step by step. Please don't run to conclusions. I'm starting
with the first sentence you just said.
I'm starting one by one. No, evidence.
The first one.
My dear friend, Mahmoud, you need to make sense now. I'm going to take you through various steps, one by one.
I'm not going to wait for 1 hour.
If you don't want to waste time, you can move on.
One sentence, that's the completely wrong in the beginning.
If you don't want to waste time, you can move on. What I'm going to do, if you have patience to listen, what I'm going to do is take you through one step at a time. I can't deal with 100 steps at one time. One step at a time.
Go back to
124,000 prophets.
You got anything before.
Point number 2. Abraham coming to Mecca, sacrificing his son Ishmael. Big fat lie.
You got in India is
claiming that people commemorated Abraham going to Mecca and building what is called the house of Islamic Allah, namely Kaaba. Commemorating that through what is called the Hajj in the pre-Islamic times for centuries. Do we have any evidence for that?
Yes.
Pre-Islamic? Yes. For Hajj, pre-Islamic times, what evidence have you got, sir?
The people were there.
Silence. I thought you said yes. There we go. You see, he shouted out, yes, he has an evidence, and I asked him what evidence, and now he points to him. People are evidence.
Yes, who was the people that are the evidence?
Sorry, please. I'd like you to make sense, sir. I am here asking a question. I'd like sensible answers. The question was simple. Pre-Islamic evidence for a Hajj. Is there any evidence that any of you Muslims could provide? I'll give you 10 seconds. Please raise up your hand if you're bold enough to give an evidence. Yes, sir.
What kind of evidence?
What evidence?
There we go. Any evidence? He's just going to waste time now. What evidence? And if I say what evidence, he'll then begin crying. Have you got any evidence whatsoever?
What kind of evidence?
Yeah, have you got any evidence?